Hi everyone, welcome back. So, slightly different setup today. I'm not going to be showing my face in this video because it's late at night and I'm about to go to bed. Hope that's okay with everybody, but I've got a different angle and I am here for you. My name is E.P. E-E-P-Y. I'm very sorry that I didn't upload last week. It was because I had work. I also started HRT last week. HRT stands for hormone replacement therapy. And it has been a little bit hard on me to adjust to. And so I didn't have time or energy last week, so I'm really sorry about that. But I'm back with 2 videos this week. 2. Hopefully. I've been getting really into stone fruit. I hope the in the background the AC is not too loud. But this is just going to be a little video because I need to go to bed and I have appointments tomorrow. So, I made you some tea. This tea is very special. It's very hot. But I made you it and it's got, it's called Sleep Well. It's got chamomile, honey, and I think some kind of flower. It's very it's very nice and floral. It's like surprisingly floral, which I think is nice. I cut my nails down short, everyone. I'm really sorry. I had to because it was getting very uneven. I'm gonna blow on this tea for you. Blown on that tea for you. I'm just going to set it to the side. And as I normally would, I'm going to light a little match for you. Don't try this at home, kids. I've lit the candle. This is my favorite candle at the moment. Oh, it's smoky. So I'm going to put this just here for you. I just want you to try to relax, even though it's a little bit of a different setup today. And I want you to stare at the candle flame. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to teach you how to basic your way through chess. Yes, I'm going to teach you some very basic things about chess, and then we're both going to go to bed and we're going to sleep well. So, first things first. We have white pieces and we have black pieces. I am by no means an expert on what it means to be a chess person, chess player, but there was a time in my life where I got really into it, and I got a little bit obsessed. I'm not gonna lie, it became like a little bit of a special interest of mine, and I played a lot of games in a very short period of time, and so I kind of became a bit obsessed, which can happen if you are a little bit on the spectrum, which I have reason to believe. So I stopped playing chess because when I was playing chess and getting really into it, my mental health was not very good. So when I finally kind of got out of that hole, I sort of stopped playing because it reminded me of unpleasantness. So I don't know if you've ever done that, where you've gotten like really obsessed with something and then it sort of just loses its tact, it loses its hold on you, but that's what happens, I guess. So I'm just setting up all the pieces. This is an old board that I got from a coast trip with a friend once, who ended up giving me their board because I didn't have one and I seemed to be getting quite interested in it, and so that was nice of them. Okay, I haven't set up a board in a while, but this is I think how it works. So yes, we've got, so at the front we have pawns, which is a row like this of pawns, just a whole lot of pawns, and they can only go one step, one square in front, using, here we go, here we go, there's a queen, oh, there we go, pawn, and here we go. I think I'm missing some pieces, everyone. Yeah, am I? Okay, well, we're missing one pawn, everyone. Don't worry. It's fine. So this is how you set up a chessboard. So we have, I'm going to go through every piece. So we have, do you mind if I take a sip of your tea first? Is that okay? I know, like, I promise I don't have cooties. That's nice. So, white always goes first, followed by black, obviously, but basically the pawns can only go one step in front like this, but on their first move they can go 1, 2, like that. So you can go like that, or you can go like that. We also have these, which are called, oh my god, these are called knights. Nope, these are called castles, or rooks. There we go. They're called rooks. I'm professional. And they can go like this, or like this. They can go like that, or like this. They can go in straight lines, and that's all they can do. This is called a knight, and it goes in a funny little L shape. It can go like that, or like this, or like that. bishop goes on the diagonals, and there's two bishops. So one is always on the light square. You can see how this is on a light colored square. And one is always also on a dark colored square like this. And they just go in diagonals, like in zigzaggers, ziggy-zaggies. And then we also have the queen, which can go in any direction at once, in any way. And the king, which can only go in one step. And it can't move into being in check. So if there's a piece that is here, and your king is here, there we go. If this bishop is here, your king can't go here because that would be check, and that would be bad and against chess rules. So, and check is before checkmate, and you need like sort of a big good check to eventually get a checkmate and win the game. I think that's fine. So, what else? Let's go with this. So, I hope this angle is okay. I know it looks a little bit strange, but I've not filmed like this before, so this is how I've decided to film it. So, apparently if you put two supercomputers together, one playing the white pieces and one playing the black pieces, the computer that's playing the white pieces will win like just slightly more than the black pieces. I think statistically the white pieces are considered, playing white is considered very slightly easier, but not necessarily. Because white always makes the first move, it's considered somewhat of a marginal statistical benefit, but I'm not sure if that's exactly true. So when we're playing chess, the most powerful, this is very basic, but the most powerful sort of position in the chessboard is the center here. There's like 4 squares here, which is why whenever someone is playing, their first move will either be, very commonly, either be this little pawn to here, or to here, or also to here, or to here, because we're attacking the center. We want to open up the center so that we can maintain position on the board and take up as much space to make it as awkward as possible for our opponent to develop. We want to stagnate their opening, basically. So a very common one that I sometimes play, or used to play, was something called E to F4. So, E to something called pawn to E4. There we go, thank you. So on here you'll see it says A, B, C, D, E, F. Here are, I forget what they're called. They're called ranks. I think these are called files. Anyways, this is like a coordinates, and then in here we have 1, 2, 3 up to 8. So we have A8, and we have G here, which is G. We have G4. So we can always tell where a position of a piece is by saying the letter and the number to know where it is on the board. And so if I put my pawn here to E4, that's what it is, pawn to E4. It's like that Harry Potter scene in the first movie where they're playing like giant pieces of chess, and they're like on the pieces and they're telling the pieces to go to like knight to C4 or something like that, and then the pieces move to that position, because that's sort of like part of the theory of chess, I guess. So Black, in response to this, might actually copycat me and would move an pawn to E5 to to meet my pawn in the center. From there, I might move my knight, this is a very common opening, to f3, like this. Because now my knight is actually attacking his pawn, and there's no pieces here because the pawns can't take me without being in these squares, if I was to take the pawn. And the king can't take me either if I took here. So I'm now attacking the center with my knight, this little horsey. So, again, black is missing a pawn, but it doesn't matter for this, for this context. So black might, as a result, do the same, but on the other side. He'll move his knight out to c6, out here. As a result, he's now backing up his pawn, you see? And it means that if I take here, he can just take me, and I'm now down a whole piece, and I've blundered my knight, which is not how you want to start if you can help it. So, from there, this is called the opening. This is like the opening, I guess. Learning your openings as a chess beginner is considered really important because it's how you set yourself up positionally, understand how the beginning of a game and the basic flow of the beginning of a game is structured, and it can help you and really determine the tone and the sway of each game, even if it's very early on. So, to this, I can't take the pawn now, so I'm going to continue developing my pieces. By that I mean I want as many of my pieces that are on the back rank, that are on the back here, that are behind the row of pawns, I want them out in the front to make sure that they're actually doing something and being active, making my pieces activate so that they are not stuck behind the pawns. Like if we see here, this rook, he can't go anywhere because the pawn is in front of him. So he's kind of useless, and he's also vulnerable in a way to a diagonal attack. Same thing goes with this bishop here. He's got two pawns in front of him, so not much is happening. He's not doing very much. And so I will move my bishop out here, my light colored bishop on the light squares, he's on these light ones, to c4, now kind of cutting across diagonally over this way. And so that's a safe spot to put him because nothing is getting at him just there, and it's very attacking. Next would be, I guess, black could hypothetically bring his next knight out to attack on my pawn here, which would mean that we're just developing more of the defense for these two opening pawns, basically, as well as activating our pieces, like I said before. I mean, I'm not a professional chess player, so this is kind of my best guess, but sometimes when you're a beginner player, people will try and do kind of trick moves, like trying to checkmate you really early with the queen usually. It tends to involve like bringing the queen out really early to try to trap the king as you're developing. Oftentimes the best way to combat that is just by not freaking out and just, like we have here, developed some of our opening in a sensible way. I think it's the white's turn now. There's a thing called castling. So I don't know if you can see back here, but we have the king and we have the rook, and in between them is empty spaces because our knight and our bishop are both out. and there's nothing in between them, which means that what we can do is we can actually castle, which is when I swap the positions of the rook and the king, and I make them go from here to here. And it's much more protected now, because you can see with black, the king, and it was the same on this side, the king is exposed. This pawn is no longer protecting him, and as a result, I can start to attack with my bishop or with another piece on another square here. So castling can be a really sensible way to protect yourself in that sense. So I think that's all I'm going to do for today. All I'm going to expose you to. But I hope you enjoyed that little chess video. I'm going to do another video soon, yes, and that will be nice. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night's sleep.